I'll bring Alex on. There we go. You guys can hash it out.
Yo, what's up, buddy? I missed you, man.
Yo.
I feel pretty honored though. You're spending New Year's Eve literally just talking about me for like 4
You're
hours.
a joke. You do realize like it's the middle of the night here, so don't be. It's not even New Year's.
Let it out. Let it out.
Let what out? You're the one who's obviously upset.
How was your New Year's, man?
Oh my day. We're back to this, yeah. You got a new tactic to try to make me look bad, is it?
Just asking you about your New Year's.
No, it's not a new tactic. He's just asking, bro. He's not trying to.
Yeah, I'm just curious. What did you do for New
My
Year's?
point is based on the last interaction. When he's asking these questions, why am I not going to assume that he's coming in bad faith again, trying to?
No, he's good faith. He's not going to be bad faith.
Are you like
How do you know?
what you did for New Year's or something? It's okay.
Say it again.
Are you like embarrassed about your New Year's plans? I'm just curious. What did you do for New Year's?
No. I'm just wondering why is that the first question you're going to ask me?
I'm just curious because you were like, you're spending like 3 hours on New Year's Eve discussing me, so that leads me to. I didn't like too much.
I told you New Year's is over. New Year's is over here.
Okay. You don't like hang out like after like New Year's Eve, like you don't like go out and shit, wherever you guys are.
Not when
That's
it's
what I was saying,
middle of the night where everyone's gone to bed.
Dennis finally fixed the connection.
Okay, that's interesting. I mean, personally, I'm gonna stay out until like 3 or 4 a.m.
And how do you know it's not past that hour here?
How long are you streaming for, Greg?
Didn't you say you live in England?
No, I did not say that, Alex. Again, more amnesia. You're forgetting everything from the prior debate, right? So forget it.
Okay. Yeah.
I never gave out my location. So
it's funny because
and that's why, because anything I tell you, you're gonna try to use against me. So why do you think I'm not gonna give you my personal information and saying, tell me your job, so then you can mock me about it? Why would I be so stupid?
I mean, dude, I was thinking in the spirit of burying the hatchet, I would give you 50% off the photo shoot.
Okay, yeah. So $50 instead of free for 4 years experience with higher-end equipment. That sounds like that's a steal, right?
I'll give you. You know what? I'll give you 50% of a cell phone, so you can do.
You know what you should give me? You should pay me.
The other half. I'll pay for the
you
other
should pay me, and then it would be better because I can get it for free. So if you want it to be a better deal, you'd have to pay me. Do you not get your logic is flawed?
Yeah, man. I'll send you. What's the number I can send you the Zelle at?
Oh, I thought you said live and learn. That I learned from my mistakes, and you're still doing the same argument. So you haven't.
No, I was dude. I'll fully admit I was a massive.
Playfully trolling you, bro. What's up, Delta?
Yeah, I was trolling you just like where I am now. Yeah, no, I was a dick to you. But I mean, I feel like I was justified in being a dick because you attacked me countless times leading up to the debate. You attacked my girlfriend. You're literally saying that my girlfriend's like dumpster diving. So I think most people in my position would be dick to you. Now, typically, I do a pretty good job of separating my personal feelings about someone and my debate strategy, and I didn't really do a good job of that during that debate. So that's what I regret, is that I don't regret being mean to you. I just regret that the optics of the debate and how I should have argued the points a lot more than just attacking you.
Okay, but how about the fact that you're saying that my points were weak? So when I brought up that
you think your points are extremely weak, man. Yeah.
Okay, so you're saying I spoke with Natty and I told her, Alex told me the reason he's not getting girls currently is because he's more satisfied with you and he's more content just saying I have a girl at home, so I don't really feel the desire for it. And then she said, no, that's not the reason. And I said, well, that's what he told me. Well, then he's lying. And I'm like, but why would he say that if it's not the truth? And say, oh, but well, I'm telling you, it doesn't matter because that's not true. Just listen to what I'm saying.
Bro, you're
like, but how am I supposed to interpret that?
You literally think about my relationship more than I do.
Like, you see, this is your joke. You're deflecting again. Answer the question.
Why is Alex not fucking more girls? Let me get Natty's opinion. Let me talk.
Wait, I have a question.
No, wait, Dennis. I can't. Sorry, look, this guy is an absolute flop. He won't answer the question because he knows he can't. Because he knows it makes him look bad.
I'll answer the question. It's a really absurd question, but I'll answer the question.
Why?
My girlfriend thinks the reason that I'm not. Well, yeah, can I just answer this so he doesn't accuse me of deflecting? I'll answer this really absurd question. So my girlfriend probably at that time thought the reason I wasn't fucking more girls is for this reason. The real reason I'm not fucking more girls is a complex answer. It's one, because I'm focused on my job and my career, so I don't really go out. Two, it's kind of lost its appeal for me. Three, I'm really satisfied with my current relationship. So there are many reasons why I'm not constantly going out and fucking new chicks.
Alex has
fucking new chick tonight. Right, I could be fucking new girl right now, but I'd rather spend it with my family and my girlfriend. So yeah, it's just a matter of priorities. That's the real answer. Go ahead, Dennis.
All right, Gangstar, why are you so obsessed with another man? Like Alex, like how many times have you said Alex? Like, why do you think about him so much? It's kind of weird, bro. Like you should focus on yourself. Like in self-help they have like opportunity cost. Like, what else could I be doing? I could be hating and talking shit about Alex, or I could be building a business and getting money. Like, this is probably why you're broke, because you're fucking talking shit instead of focusing on
All right,
yourself
Dennis, keep sucking up to
making
Alex,
money.
just like the biased fans. It's all good, man. Anyway, Alex, look,
No,
your point
but
is
bro,
lame.
like, don't
Okay,
you
that
think
doesn't
instead
answer the
of talking
question.
shit, you could like be making money?
I agree with that.
Gangstar, don't
First
you
of all,
think instead of talking shit the last
Okay,
5 hours, you
listen.
could
My financial situation has nothing to do with the question. So you bring it up saying, why is it important to you? That doesn't answer anything. My point is, Natty told me he's lying. That's not the reason. That's not the reason. So if she's saying that, then obviously it sounds like she's not allowed to say that. She's like, oh, on contract, I can't say that's because of me, because I'll make him sound like he's getting in a serious relationship, but he has to be an open relationship on his end.
Bro, you're obsessed. The point Dennis is making is if you take half the energy you do to focusing on my like relationship and on me and apply it to like applying for new jobs or like learning a trade or something like that, you would be in a much better situation, which I agree with. Right? Like I saw in your last video, literally.
How long have you been on?
You might not be able to afford electricity. So I feel like if you just take like the 4 hours you did like fucking ranting about me today, and I don't know, like try to learn a new craft or try to start a business, like you'd be way further along.
Oh yeah, do you know what I'll do? I'll buy a camera and I'll tell guys I'll give them $100 for a photo shoot with all my experience. Like, yeah, all good.
I mean, at least
well, you can't afford a camera, Gantstar. Let's be real. You got.
I said save up. I said I'll save up for a camera, and then I'll charge $100. Say, oh, it's the $1,000, so this is a steal. So yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I mean,
like 4 or
listen,
5
man,
years.
if you don't like it, just like ignore it. You know, like.
But it's not. It's the point is that Alex promoted it, and he's phrasing it as ultra cheap. So people who don't understand, who are uneducated, will assume that he's telling the truth.
But let me actually respond to
someone. Wait, Alex. If someone wants to buy a product or service, why do you care if they want to buy it? Like, don't you think people can do what they want with their money?
Because Alex is manipulating stupid people.
Bro, how is saying $100 for a photo shoot? He made an offer. If people want to take him up on that, how is that manipulation?
Because anyone who buys it is uneducated. They don't understand that someone with his level of experience and credibility would not be able to charge that much.
Wait, Gangstar, so you think the average person is stupid and they don't know what they're doing with their monies?
Yeah, most people don't understand the photography. No.
Easily manipulated? You don't think the average person has like common sense and knows what?
No, I don't think the common person understands the photography business and how people make their beginning when they're starting out. I don't think most people know that.
I'll actually respond to your point, like in a good faith.
Yeah, logically, not emotional. Don't go back to me being poor. Talk logically like a man. Stop being emotional like a little girl. Stop being a little girl and
Happy New Year's, Alex. Happy New Year's.
Thanks, buddy. Happy New Year's too.
Yeah, Happy New Year's, gang.
We gonna fuck a lot of new bitches this year, guys.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to top.
I'm gonna be mainly focused on my business this year, but I'll probably have a little bit of fun. All right, Gantstar, to your point. So there's always, for pretty much anything, there's college students who are willing to do it for free. Take dentistry, right? Like if you like want to fucking get your teeth cleaned for free, there's a college dental school that's willing to do it. But most people who watch my channel, they're not in college. They don't have access to college students. And we take the college students aside. We take like actual photographers who are starting a business. They're typically charging like $500 to $1,000 is what I've seen. So it's just like really funny to me that you're making such a big deal out of something so insignificant. And the whole point, the reason I started this was twofold. One is because I have a really good friend who's done, really good work for me, and he works at Trader Joe's. I want to help him do better and start a business. And two is because I have constantly people messaging me saying, hey, Alex, can you recommend a photographer? And the one photographer that I do work with, who I recommend, charges $1,000 a photo shoot. So a lot of people really can't afford that. So they're like, damn, I really need a photo shoot, but I can't afford, $1,000. So this is like me trying to help, one, people who need a photographer, and two, trying to help my friend. And the fact that you're making this to seem to be like some kind of like crazy manipulative scam that like I'm profiting from is just like insane.
Well, if you go into the college and you go up to like the art students and you say, my friend has no portfolio, but he's starting out, we're going to charge $100, they'll tell you that that's ridiculous. So,
okay, first of all, First, again, most people are not going to walk around college campuses trying to like lure a college student. Like most people just want to like do a photo shoot and leave. They don't want to like fucking walk around college campus trying to find a photographer. So again, if we take college students aside, because literally for any type of thing, like whatever it is that you're trying to do, there's always a college student who's willing to do it for free. But if we take college students aside, $100 is significantly cheaper than any like real photographer charges. You're saying like my friend has no experience. He's done 2.5 years worth of video work for me. He's done photo shoots for other people. He doesn't have like a full-on portfolio, sure, but he has had experience taking photos. He does a pretty good job. So it's like, yeah, it's just crazy that you think that's like.
But that is ridiculous. Everyone has experience taking photos. I mean, come on, man. He hasn't got a portfolio. As a professional, you need a portfolio.
No, you don't. All you need, it's all about what the market is willing to pay.
Like, why something that someone's selling? What's wrong with that? Like,
because Alex said it's ultra cheap. If Alex just said
like,
it's $100, he didn't mention it being like, super cheap.
You ever heard this saying, when a man's junk is another man's treasure, Gantstar? I'm just saying.
I don't. I
you know
just
what
feel
I'm
like
talking about, bro?
I feel like you're playing dumb on purpose. Obviously, the point is, Alex admitted that college students.
Playing dumb, bro.
Alex just admitted college students will do it for free. So how is $100 cheap for someone who's going to have worse equipment and it's costing them more money?
This is so stupid. Like, this is so dumb. Like,
you're right. Alex committed a felony. He should now be prosecuted.
I never said it was illegal. I just said it was.
No, I mean. It's
why do you care so much what people spend money on? Like,
but like,
why do you care so much what people spend money on?
Gantstar, does that really make you lose sleep? Like, I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm genuinely curious. Do you
Man,
feel
Greg,
like?
Come on, this is my point. Greg. You're always you're cool when it's me and you, but when he's here or whenever it's me not here and you're talking to him, it's like you change your personality. Like,
what do you mean? I don't change my personality. There's stuff I don't agree with him. If I don't agree with something, for example. The $100 photo shoot, would I pay that? No. Maybe somebody
else
will.
Constantly debate. Constantly.
Why would you not pay, Greg?
Because I wouldn't pay anyone for a photo shoot. I don't need someone for a photo shoot. I'll do my own.
Wait. So
you do not think it's a great deal, no?
Alex is manipulating.
I mean, I wouldn't say that's a shitty deal, though.
In his audience.
Okay, well, at least I'll give you you're honest.
Wait, Gantstar, so you think Alex manipulates his audience?
Say it again?
Yeah.
With my one community post, I'm tricking the whole world into thinking $100 is a good deal.
It's not the point, Alex. It's not about our reaction. The point is about the
so you think Alex
using.
Manipulates his audience?
Well, yeah, anyone who buys that is doing it based on them trusting Alex. They don't feel like they're going to need to research. Like, Alex wouldn't rip me off, so I'm going to take his word. If he says it's ultra cheap, I agree.
Can I get your stand, though? So I want to make sure I understand you. You think Alex is manipulating his audience, correct?
In that aspect, yes, and maybe in others I'm not aware of. I can't talk about that, but in this specific one, yes.
And he wants to manipulate and make as much money as he can, right?
I didn't say that. I'm saying that he's manipulating people to pay something which is overpriced based on his credibility, and then trusting his word.
If someone wants to buy something, why do you care? Like, they earn the money. Why are you deciding? Oh, you can't spend money on this. Like, you can't. You earn the money, but I'm gonna tell you what you can and can't buy. Like,
after Dennis, I got a great example for Gantstar. So
why do you feel like you have the authority to tell people what they can and cannot buy?
Gantstar, question for you.
Okay, fine, whatever.
Do you know how much
address the point?
Oh, fine.
I don't know I don't know how I can address it. Like, it just sounds like you're not listening to what's the truth here. A college student, 4 years experience, have their own equipment, higher end than his equipment, and it's free. So how is $100 cheap for someone who's going to have worse equipment, less experience?
Because for any single thing, there's a college student who's going to be willing to do it for free. It's not just for photo shoots, for dentistry, for anything. There will be a college student who'll be willing to do it for free. If we take it, literally, the only way you're going to access it is either if you're in college or you walk around campus trying to find someone. But for the average person who's not in college, that's not something that they can access. So if we take college students aside, we can agree on do pretty much everything for free.
Wait, there's feedback on dentists then.
Really cheap.
But he's still a novice.
It is less than any photographer who's not a college student is charging.
Because they're professionals. He's a novice.
Yo, question for you.
Have you ever seen his work?
I know he doesn't have a portfolio or his own camera.
Why does it matter whose camera he uses? It's a top-of-line camera.
Because it proves that he hasn't invested in the equipment for himself.
Will come out better if he like owns the camera and
Look,
stuff?
Alex, I told you on the email when you mocked it. I said if he was already proven to have a track record, then yes, then you could use that argument. But he hasn't proven himself credible, so he needs his own equipment and a portfolio to say, yes, I'm a serious photographer. A guy who says, I don't have my own camera, I don't have a portfolio. How are you supposed to think that guy's credible?
Well, first of all, he doesn't need to do any of that. There's no law. It's what the market is willing to pay. A lot of people
say it was illegal.
A lot of people in the market don't really care about whose camera he's using and whether he has a big portfolio. They just care what kind of photos he can do for them. That's what most people.
And then next,
they care about how the photos come out. They don't really care about.
I'm gonna have a question for Gantstar as well.
Whether it's
listen, Alex.
Portfolio or not. So you care about that, and that's fine. You don't have to do the photo shoot. But a lot of people don't care about having the portfolio.
Yo, what's up?
No, they do. If you watch the comment section, they do.
And if I'm telling you this, if he did have
oh yeah, what's good?
He would not be charging.
I remember.
He would be charging a lot more.
Yeah, one had like a nice website on.
That's because he's not like on a full-on level.
I'm Dennis.
It doesn't mean that his work.
What's your name?
I'm
Anna.
gonna mute him for a second because he's literally cold approaching live, which is good, but it's like, yeah.
Okay, he's muted. Okay. Look, Alex, I just don't.
Dennis is running game.
I just don't think you're like listening to logic again. Like it's like you're being emotional because you're friends.
Who's willing to do it for free, therefore it's a bad deal.
Say that
That's
again?
your argument, right?
What?
That's correct. That's your argument. There's some college
student. I didn't hear you. Say it again.
There's some college student who'd be willing to do it for free, therefore it's a ripoff. That's your argument, right?
No, but yes, both the college student has his own equipment and experience. More than your friend.
There's a college student who's willing to do it for free, therefore it's a ripoff. And what I'm telling you is that there's a college student who's willing to do anything for free, but most people don't have access to that because they're not in college, right? And they don't walk around campus and know a bunch of college students. So for the average person who's not in college, for whom a free college student is not really an option because they don't know how to find one, $100 is pretty good compared to what everyone else on the market is charging.
But you're leaving out the fact that those are professionals with credible track records, and your friend isn't.
No, dude, I've done.
Okay.
This kind of makes me really wonder if you were like actually mom, because I've done photo shoots with like friends. I've had him take photos. I've done photo shoots with like quote unquote professionals who have massive portfolios, and it so runs the gamut. Just because someone has a massive portfolio does not mean they're going to do a good job. I would argue that my buddy has done a better job with my photos than a lot of these professionals. Now, are there some professionals who are better than him? Of course there are. Like that Justin guy is objectively better than him, right? And that's why he charged $1,000. But a lot of these like professional photographers who have like resumes, portfolios, websites, whatever, they actually did a pretty shitty job, a shittier job than my friend did for me for free. So I think what really matters is the quality of the work. Now, if you could say, hey, listen, I saw these photos that he took and these were shit, then you might be able to have an argument, but you haven't seen any of his work. You're just going off the fact that it cost $100 and there's some college students out there who'd be willing to do it for free.
Well,
yeah.
Okay, but then again, you're saying they're good based on your low standards though. How do we know that they are that good?
Well, how do you know I have low standards? You have
low standards with your girl.
You're back to my
everything
girl.
Circles back to Alex's girl.
You're like obsessed with Natty. It's so bizarre. Like
I know. After our conversation, I want her so bad, man. I want that 2 out of 10 in my day.
You talk about her like nonstop. Like she's not even related to this photo thing. This is funny because the black pillars, everything always like circles back to my girl.
You're a joke. I only brought up because you said, "How do you know I have low standards?" That's why it got brought up. It's not that I put it out randomly. So
okay.
Yo, question for you.
We can move past my girl. Going back to this this photo thing. So you're saying, okay, again, your argument is pretty simple. There's college students who are willing to do it for free and they have more experience. Okay, for any single thing in life, there's going to be a college student who's willing to do it for free. So that doesn't mean that it's expensive. Now you're saying that's just my opinion. Well, it's also the opinion of the people who he's done photo shoots for. Like everyone's been really happy. Again, it hasn't been that many people, but it's been, several, and they've all been really happy. So it's my opinion. It's the opinion of those people. And I think I know a pretty good amount about photography, certainly a lot more than you, because if you look at my Instagram, I actually have a lot of really good photos, and you don't have a single decent photo at all, or at least not show. So to make the argument that you know more about photography than me is beyond absurd. That's the first thing. And second of all, it's not just my opinion, it's the opinion of all the people he's had. Look, if there was people saying, hey, listen, I did this $100 photo shoot and, the photos suck, blah, 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 you would have a legitimate point, right? But none of that has happened. Every single person he's done a photo shoot for has been happy, but you're still like, you seem to just be so obsessed with the fact that it's not free, and that for you automatically means it's a scam.
I have a question for you, Gantstar. So in regards
All right, go on, Greg.
wait, hold up, Dennis. I need to. Oh my God. Okay, I can't talk over that. So, Gantstar, let's do. Do you know how much Wheat Waffles charges for coaching, or at least what he used to on his Fiverr?
5, I thought. Yeah.
No, 100 an hour. Do you think that's a scam? For life coaching. I don't think like specific dating coaching, but on his Fiverr, it used to be like, if you want to reach out to me, $100 an hour. Do you think that's a scam? I'm just curious.
I mean, if he's gonna share his expertise on like, facial analysis and all that, I mean, at least he has some credibility based on that because he has built a channel on it. So I would say it's overpriced, but I wouldn't say he's scamming them if they really want his opinion on things. Then
okay, so it's okay for people to in the free marketplace to want his coaching based on what they see, but it's not okay for people to want my photographer friend, right? So it's okay. Do you see the contradiction here? It's like, first of all, if we do like the mathematics on it, Wheat Waffles charging way more because my friend is doing like 4 to 5 hours worth of work, right? So if we do the by hour thing, it comes out to like, I don't know, like $15 or $20 an hour.
Different skill.
So it's okay, right? But does he have some kind of objectable portfolio, or is he a dude that just makes YouTube videos, right? So can you see a track record of him doing coaching? No, that information is not available. It's just people choose because they believe in him and they want to get that service because we live in a free marketplace, right? And this is no different with people choosing that. Again, I'm sure there are some people who really care about like having like a major portfolio, right? But I think most people just care about the results. They just care about how good the photos come out, which again is why so far I haven't seen anyone complain about the photos. Everyone's been really happy so far and really grateful.
Okay, again, look, your argument is flawed because you're trying to say that Wheat Waffles doesn't have a proven record because he's not with coaching. But when people call him, they're going to be talking most likely about face rating stuff. So that is the stuff based on his videos, which is his credibility. He doesn't need a portfolio because it's a different business. In photography, you need a portfolio. So that's where you're leaving all these facts out.
You don't need a portfolio. You don't need any.
You do to be taken serious. You do.
Okay, then why are there a whole bunch of people who are paying money for people who don't have a portfolio? Like people care about the results. They care about that a lot more than the portfolio. Now, portfolio definitely helps. And, he has, like my friend, for example, people ask, can you show me samples? He has a Google Drive link he can send to people who, of other photo shoots he's done. So he can show, some, examples of his work. But yeah, he doesn't have a full-on professionally designed portfolio. He will probably at some point in the near future, but I guarantee when he does have a portfolio, he's not going to be doing it for $100 a photo shoot. He's going to be charging more similar to other people who are like, up there, which is going to be closer to $300 or something like that. So yeah, the only reason that it's $100 instead of $300 to $500 is because his portfolio is still being built.
Okay, and you said, oh, well, why are people willing to pay it? It's because of your post, people trusting you. They don't see his proof. They don't see a portfolio to say, oh, this guy looks good, I'll pay. They're basing it on your word.
If every single person has been happy with the results, what's the issue?
Because new customers, how are they supposed to know if this guy's good or not?
I know, but I'm saying if so far every person who's done the photo shoot has been really happy, then what's the issue?
I mean, it still comes down to the case that he doesn't have a portfolio. I mean, if they're happy with the work, fine, but he still can't charge that as a novice.
Yeah, he can. You do realize we live in a free marketplace. People can charge whatever we want. The market determines the price, not some random dude on the internet. So again, yes. if people are happy with the work, do you really think someone who does a photo shoot with my friend, gets good photos, gets more matches on Tinder, is going to be like upset that he didn't have a professional portfolio? Do you really think any of these people give a fuck about this portfolio thing nearly as much as you do?
I just see, this is my point. Like, you just don't understand the photography business. Like, I
understand very well that there's some college students out there who'll be willing to do it for free. That's your whole argument. I understand that.
Yeah, but I'm saying that the only reason they'd come to someone like your friend, no one would pay that, like, without knowing, like, you to back him up, saying, oh, I have a big audience. You trust me, right? This guy's good, so come to him. That's the only reason he's getting business. He wouldn't get nothing without you.
I'm definitely a humongous help, but the idea, I've personally paid $500 for a photo shoot before I had like my channel to someone who I didn't know at all. I just saw their like website or poster, I forget what it was, like without really much to go off. So yeah, people pay for photo shoots all the time. There's a lot of people. Again, like, you just take my word of this. I get like a lot of messages from people who need photos. It's something that's extremely highly in demand. And a lot of people cannot afford $1,000 that someone like Justin charges, right? So if the main thing you care about is someone who has like a massive portfolio, then go to someone like Justin, but he's not going to charge you $100. He's going to charge you $1,000. But if you're willing to overlook the fact that someone doesn't have like a fully developed portfolio yet, and you just care about the results of the photos, then yeah, I think going to my friend makes the most, most help. What was the comment? Photo for the entire photo shoot is absolutely.
He started out at 150. But again, that's people who don't understand. If anyone's saying I'll pay you 150 without knowing anything about the guy, it's because they don't understand the business. They think that's cheap because people like you are telling them, "Oh, this is cheap because it's normally going to be $1,000."
Because if we take college students aside, all his competition charges way more money. So yeah, your whole argument is based on the idea that there's some college students who are willing to do it for free. I will grant you that point. But what I'm saying is most people are not in college, and most people don't have access to those college students. So therefore, it's not an option for them.
Okay. Listen, right? First off, right? This guy is a novice. You can't dismiss that, okay? The reason the other guys are expensive.
How do you know? Have you ever seen his? Have you gone through his photos and came to that conclusion that he's a novice?
How can I get to his photos if he doesn't have a portfolio? Exactly my point.
There's a Google Drive folder that he sends to people, but you haven't even bothered to look at the photos. You haven't asked.
Well, okay, and this is my point. How would I know that based on the post you did? That's the information you gave. So how am I supposed to know all these additional information if you don't?
Well, you could instead of making a bad faith claim and just automatically assuming it's a scam, you could inquire for more information. You could make a comment and say, "Hey, can I take a look at some of the photos this guy has done?" And then if you look at those photos and you think the work is crap, then you might have a better point. Like, okay, maybe like the work isn't worth it, but you haven't done any of that. You just automatically start calling it a scam because I'm not charging, what some college student is willing to charge, which is nothing.
Yeah, listen, right? You keep disregarding the college student, but like, what about the fact that they are more experienced than your friend and they actually have better equipment as well for free?
Well, I don't know if they have better equipment. I have really, really expensive equipment. Like, so unless they have like $10,000 to $20,000 cameras, they don't have better equipment. I put a lot of money into my equipment, so I severely doubt that most of them have better equipment. In terms of experience, there's two kinds of experience. There's theoretical and there's practical, right? So I have no disagreement that these college students know much more about the theory of photography. Do they actually have more experience doing photo shoots, specifically Tinder photo shoots, which is a different kind of photo shoot, right? I think most college students, they're not being taught how to take photos for Tinder. I severely doubt that's something that's being taught in college, right? Do they specifically have experience taking Tinder photos for people? I would argue that a lot of them don't, right? But even if they do, assuming that there are college students who have experience taking Tinder photos, who have $10,000 equipment, that is not accessible to most people because they're not in college. Do you not see that?
College students make ads online to get experience.
Okay, so can you show me right now where I could find a free photo shoot in Miami?
I mean, obviously, I'm not in Miami, but I mean,
well, you said
I would assume.
Let's pretend like I'm someone who's like, I don't know, who wants a photo shoot. Like, walk me through how I can, without going to a college right now, find a free photo shoot.
Well, honestly, look, when I was doing it, I found quite a lot on Craigslist.
Okay, so help me find a free photo shoot in Miami.
Well, that's my okay. I'm going to assume that you have photography students there. So why wouldn't they be advertising if they were looking for experience? So I assume they are.
So help me find it. Let's take a look right now.
Well, that's my point. I'm not in your area, but I'm saying, don't you think it would make logical sense that they would post an ad if they want experience?
Okay, you don't need to be in my area to look at ads. You can see ads from the other side of the world. So the fact that you're not in my area has nothing to do with it. So again, if you're saying it's so easy to get this free photo shoot, walk me through it. Let's do a screen share and show me how I can find this free photo shoot.
Oh my goodness. Look, I'm saying that it doesn't even matter because my point is still the fact that it's so
easy. If it's so easy to get a free photo shoot, then why can't you show me how I can get one? Maybe
I just said I said I could on Craigslist years ago. I don't know about your area, but I would assume, is it so hard to think that a college student wouldn't have an advertisement on the internet to say, "Oh, I'm looking for experience"? Would that be so hard to imagine? Like, you're trying to say, "Oh, show me." Well, why are you seriously thinking like that's definitely not going to be something that's there?
Yeah, I don't think that for the average person who's not inside of college, it's going to be easy to find someone who's willing to do it for free. Because generally speaking, people don't like to work for free. People like to get reimbursed for the work they do. And this is like 4 to 5 hours worth of work. So again, I will grant you the point that there's some college students who are trying to like get some credit for a class who are willing to do it. But what I would like to see, because you're saying it's so easy for someone to find it. So let's pretend I'm the average person, right? I just need to get a photo shoot for Tinder. So yeah, maybe you can just like give me a quick walkthrough. If you're saying it's so easy, how
I just said ads like Craig's. Why aren't you listening to my words? Stop being emotional. I just said look up ads for places where people would post ads for work.
Okay, I understand the theory, but show me. Like actually, can you demonstrate?
But why do I have to show you? Why can't you do it yourself?
Because you're saying it's so easy. I don't think it's easy. So I want to see.
I didn't say. Listen, look. I didn't say. Look, I don't know your area, but I'm saying when I was doing it, I found a lot.
Well, if you don't know my area, then why are you saying that's a ripoff in Miami? If you don't know this area,
because it's the practical fundamentals of the business are still the same in every area.
But if there's no one who's doing it for free in Miami, then why does it matter?
Well, how do you know? How do you know?
Well, that's why I'm asking you to show me.
But I said, why can't you look it up yourself? Because you're in the area.
Gantstar, can you just like look it up just so like, you don't do this back and forth?
Whether you're in the area or not makes no difference because the internet
look,
is
I'm not good with technology. Obviously, I'm on this right now, so
you are incapable of doing a quick search.
But like, I'd have to like get off this and stuff. So
really, you can't.
Why can't look? Why can't you? Why can't you? Greg, you can do it.
You can't just do multiple tabs because you're the one making the argument, not me. If I was the one making the argument, it's easy to get a free photo. I would absolutely look it up myself. If I was the one.
Okay, wait. So if we do find it, what are you going to say?
Well, I want to see how many ads there are of people doing it for free.
Wait. So if I find ads, what are you going to say?
Well, we'll see. Show me the ads.
Oh my God. No, there's no point. Listen, I want to know, are you going to finally accept, oh, maybe I was wrong? Are you going to say that?
No, because my argument is
exactly. So what's the point? That's my point. You don't like admitting you're wrong.
Head up, Primal.
I've admitted I was wrong many times. I admitted I was
wrong. No. You're lacking substance. You're lacking substance. And anyway, how about you? Okay, wait.
Stop. I'm talking. I've admitted I was
wrong. You're a joke, man.
In many situations. All right, man. Don't get emotional, buddy. I've admitted I was wrong.
You're the emotional one, so don't even go there. But okay.
I love this whole discussion.
But yeah, dude. Again,
you want to see emotion? Look at that debate, and you'll see emotion. You'll see female behavior. So,
bro,
female behavior. What?
This is like such a weird, like I don't know, like mini obsession you have with me and my girlfriend.
Yeah, with my 5 videos. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's 5 more videos than I have about you.
Well, how come people brought up in the comments? They say, how come you use that own argument for your debate yourself? When people say, oh, you make countless videos for this, and they go, oh, let's count them, and then you're like, oh, like 4 videos. So yeah, that's not so. You're using your own like contradiction again.
Wait, what are you talking about? Who did I say that?
Did you not read the comments of that video? Like there's people bringing up saying how you're saying to me, oh, 5 videos is a lot.
Millions of comments. I don't get to go through all my comments, but tell me what.
Okay, well, I don't know, a couple of the comments anyway were saying you giving out to me for saying it's 5 videos out of 200. And you were saying that's a lot of videos. And then you use that same argument in some of your other debates when people accuse you of making videos about a certain topic. You say, oh, let's count them. And you count them and say, I don't think that's that much. So
who did I use that argument for?
Listen, I'm referencing your fans, and that's what they said. They said that's a typical debate tactic you use.
What some random person said in the comments doesn't make anything right or wrong. So you're saying, you're making the claim, you're parroting what one person said in the comment. So I'm curious. I want to get more information.
I have seen you do at least once or twice myself.
So with what content creator?
But obviously, look, I don't watch all your streams, obviously, but I've seen you do it. I've seen you do it when you some SJW guys.
Who have I done it?
I'm just saying I've seen you do it once or twice with like SJW people, and then the comments are also saying you do it. So why don't you think, okay, if all these people are saying this, then maybe I have done it.
Dude, name me one content creator who I've used that argument with.
Oh my days, man! Just why don't you ask in the comments?
My
go into the comments and say when have I done that? They'll timestamp it because they're your fans. They watch your streams. Maybe they will give you an actual specific time.
I'm asking you because you're the one.
But I can't because I don't watch your stuff that often.
So then don't make the claim.
But
I'm not going to make a claim about you, about something I know nothing about, right? So if you're going to make this claim, if you're parroting what someone said,
I told you, I've seen you do it. I've seen you do it.
But then why can't you name me one?
Because I don't remember, because it was months ago. Why can't you understand?
You see me do it, but you don't know who I did it with, right?
No, I just said it was like an SJW debate. I don't know the person's name. I wasn't watching it fully. I would just, if someone in the comments here could reference it, it'd be great.
See, I've
But,
never been accused of cloud chasing for SJW, so that by itself would dismiss your.
I don't listen. I'm just saying that when people have said you make too much videos about a certain topic, and then you go into your account and say, okay, let's count how many times I did this, and then you count it, and you're like, oh yeah, see, that's not that many.
So
because you're saying that I make countless videos about you, and I was like, oh yeah, like 5 videos.
Yeah, I mean, I do think it's a little bizarre. I've made like 0 videos about you. So typically, when I have like a video,
because I don't have anything to offer you. That's why.
Well, that's true. We agree about that, man.
Yes, but my point is still there that you use that debate tactic yourself, and then you're giving out to me for using it.
Yeah, I do think it's kind
Javier,
of
you should.
So you're deflecting again. Just answer the question. Answer the question. Stop being emotional.
You talk about my girlfriend more than I do. You just spent New Year's Eve 4 hours like fucking ranting about me. Like, you don't think that's a little bizarre?
You're a joke. Listen, it dismisses
like
the point.
bro,
The point is that your audience
Take
are
a shot
obviously
every time
blind
Gantstar
and
says
biased
Alex.
because they won't acknowledge you. You're a joke, man. So you're saying you watched that debate and you're saying I can't say I won because obviously that'll make me look brain dead because I obviously didn't. But I don't want to say I lost because that'll make me look bad. So we both lost. Yeah, that's a good answer. I'm going to go with that. I mean, are you seriously that much like you can't just admit that? Okay, I lost that. I was wrong. Yeah. Why can't you just say that?
Because you didn't make a single coherent argument throughout the whole
Yes,
debate.
I did.
But
Yes, I did.
but I failed also at counter arguments. So what I should have done is more what I'm doing right now, which instead of just mainly mocking you, I just mock you a little bit and focus on your arguments. That's what I should have done. It was a poor debate strategy on my part. I should have engaged with your arguments more. I don't know. Usually I'm really patient, but for whatever reason that day my patience was low. I would say the only thing I can think of is I hadn't eaten all day, so I was like literally just fasting for 24 hours.
Oh, you're like a woman. You're hangry, yeah? Okay, all good.
Okay, nice little passive aggressive attack there, buddy. But yeah, man. So typically I didn't have my usual massive level of patience. I just had a mild to moderate amount of patience. Yeah, I'll admit it. I was a little impatient, and I should have focused on the arguments more. Sure. Yeah. What's your point?
Now, come on, look.
Put up, Greg. Can you put up the Black Attack Minecraft comment?
Totally. I bring up all these.
Can't hear you, buddy. Your internet is cutting out.
Can you hear now?
We can't hear you. Your
Can
internet
you hear now?
now it's good.
Okay.
Wi-Fi, man.
That's the poor me, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
I do honestly think if I was in your situation and I couldn't afford electricity or a cell phone, I would probably spend my whole time just trying to build my business or working or just hustling. I don't think that if I was in your shoes where I literally can't afford a phone, that I would spend 4 hours talking about someone else. So yeah, I do kind of
You're a joke. I've been on Greg's stream like 4 times and it's the middle of the night here. So I'd either be in bed now. So it's not like I'd be doing a productive day right now if I wasn't
here. What I'm saying is if I was in your situation, instead of I would either go to bed earlier and wake up earlier so I can get more work done, or I would be spending this time learning a skill or marketing or something like that. I don't think if I was before the phone, I would spend 4 hours in countless videos talking about another guy who honestly you've never met in real life, you know close to nothing about.
Listen, man, okay. Sometimes I work 6 days a week. I apply for other jobs when I'm not working. I still find time to work out, to customize vegan meal plans for myself. I apply for, like I said, apply for other jobs, looking for any opportunity I possess myself. So how are you going to say that I'm being lazy and I'm not working hard enough? I mean,
because you can't afford a cell phone, you're spending 4 hours talking about another man. You don't have that luxury, man. All I'm saying is, if I was in your shoes, and I have been broke in my life. When I was in my early 20s, I didn't have any money. So when I was in my early 20s, all I did was work nonstop and try to learn new skills. I would read books about marketing. I constantly would try to learn, in addition to hooking up with girls here and there, because I wanted to stop being broke, right? I was willing to work, at, solar companies where I got paid dog shit just for the experience, right? So I was working really, really fucking hard because I was broke and I couldn't afford shit. Now that I'm in a better financial position, I don't have to work as hard. I can relax. I can be have more chill time. So the whole point I'm trying to make is I'm not necessarily saying you're lazy. I don't really know enough about your work ethic. I just think it's extremely silly if you're a person who can't afford a cell phone or probably electricity to spend 4 hours talking about another man instead of spending that 4 hours learning a skill or marketing or reading a book or whatever else is going to actually help you.
You're a joke. Listen, okay, did you hear what I said? Yeah.
Dude, that's your response for everything. You're a joke. Like that's literally all
Well,
you said.
yeah, because your claims are just you're just giving easy answers, saying like, oh, if it was me, I would be like knocking on every single door. I wouldn't be sleeping. I'd just be doing that until I change my situation. You don't get like that. Some people aren't in your position. You said you were broke yourself, so you should be humble to say, I understand what that feels like. So I'm not going to kick a guy when he's down. You know, but you're such a great person, right?
I'm not okay. If you were just a broke guy, I would not be kicking you. I have friends who are broke. Typically, when I have a friend who's broke, I try to help them, right? So I would never just in isolation kick a person for not having money. I understand that. The reason I'm attacking you and bringing it up is it's the contradiction. The fact that you're saying that you're really focused on building your career, but in reality, I see you spending 4 hours talking about me. And the whole point I'm trying to make, again, is if I was in your shoes and I've been in your shoes, I certainly did not spend 4 hours talking about another man and his relationship. I don't know how you're like missing that point. I don't know.
Okay, but what about the YouTube? How about if I'm trying to slowly build that? Why would that not be kind of part of a side gig? It's on its own.
Sure, but right now you're not building your YouTube. You're spending 4 hours talking about me.
Yeah, but how about me on here? Like, you know, because obviously the debate was recent. How about me? Because I haven't made a video about it. I haven't talked to anyone about it. I've been off because I've been working. Okay, so I finally seen Greg online. So I was like, oh, come on. I got asked questions. Greg wanted to clarify some things. So I was having a discussion just like you were doing right now.
I watched you be on here. No one was even on here. It was just you for an hour just talking about
yes,
me.
but in comments, I was getting asked questions. And I was talking to you, too, and you were ignoring my questions.
I was trolling you the whole time. We were not having an actual discussion like we are now.
Yeah.
If you thought we were having a conversation, I don't know what to tell you. I was literally trolling the whole time.
Yes, I know. That's why I was calling you a flop. But anyway, it doesn't matter. My point is that listen,
for trolling.
Listen, but you know your comebacks are lame. Okay, I know you saying that. Oh, I was having an off day, but it's still the same now. You're still just bringing up the fact that I don't have money. Like, so how is it any different?
Yeah. It's the fact that you don't have money and then you spend 4 hours talking about another man on fucking New Year's Eve. Yeah, I think that's a really bizarre contradiction. Since you like to point out my contradiction, I would say that's a really bizarre contradiction because again, I think most people. And again, I just want to clarify, I'm not attacking you for being broke in isolation. I'm attacking you for being broke and at the same time spending 4 hours on New Year's Eve focused on another man, which is not going to do jack shit to help your career. I think me and most people, if we were in your shoes, we would spend that 4 hours on actually something that will help your career.
Yeah, okay. Well, working 6 days a week, applying for other jobs, waiting for interviews, doing your other side things at, you know, while you have time to spare. Are you saying like that? So, oh, you're not doing enough. That's like, oh, that's doing nothing.
If you're able to spend 4 hours talking about another man, then yeah, you're not doing enough.
All right, you see, this is my point, man. Like, these, you know, super mind games. They work on looks for us. It's not going to work me. I don't care what you say about how I'm spending my time. The point is, I have questions. You need to answer them.
Communicating with you in the most direct possible way. I've addressed every single one of your points. I'm being extremely.
No, you have not. No, you have not.
I'm not actually trolling you right now. So, what kind of mind game do you think I'm playing on you?
Because listen. I brought up to you so many times about your girlfriend, open relationship. Then you suddenly get some hate. Then suddenly, oh no, now it's one way because that makes me have
I thoroughly addressed your point. What's your question? I can address it again.
You did not address it. Your point was, yes, we were in a relationship, but I didn't mean a relationship. I meant a friends with benefit, but I said relationship, so that doesn't matter.
Okay, so is your argument that you think I'm lying and I'm secretly like being cucked by my girlfriend?
It does not matter if I think you're lying. The point is that from third party perspective, people are going to assume when you say a relationship, that means you're a boyfriend girlfriend.
I care about what is your argument. So what is your argument in regards to my relationship, and then I can address it.
You said you were in a relationship, open. And you didn't expect her not to see other guys. You're like, I can't expect her not to do that. And then after you got a load of hate and you lost credibility, you're like, oh no, it's one way because now we're in more serious things. So it's one way on my end, like, you know. So
what is your argument, my man?
My argument is that so it was an open relationship. Then it was still an open relationship, but you claim that you couldn't expect her not to see other guys, but now you do say I do expect her. So how is that not a contradiction? And I know you're going to say, because I didn't mean a relationship, I meant friends with benefits, but that's not what you said. So I have to take your word that you're brain dead and don't know how to formulate a sentence.
Is your claim that I'm lying about my relationship? I'm secretly in an open relationship? Is that your claim?
I'm saying that what you said in that video contradicts what you're saying now.
Okay, so if 2 years ago I lived in Boston, and that time I said I live in Boston, and then now I live in Miami, and later on I say I live in Miami, is that a contradiction? Like, do you don't? Can you not understand the idea that things
Of course,
change?
listen, I understand what you're trying to say, but I'm saying it doesn't add up because I'm saying that
What is
open
you're
relation.
giving me a claim? You're just going off like you're just stating random shit, but you're not actually giving me your claim.
I did. I said that obviously you said we're in an open relationship on the video, and she said, yes, I can see other guys too. And you're like, yeah, I can't expect her not to. We're in an open relationship. I can see other girls, and I can't tell her not to see other guys. Then get a load of heat and hate. You're like, oh, now it's one way. I do expect her to not see other guys. And it's the same dynamic. It's that it's
So
one,
which
it's
way-
open,
okay,
it's still open
wait,
relationship. As the
okay,
same
so
I was claiming back then.
So, dude, you got to be able to make a claim. So the claim is that right now I'm lying, and we're still secretly in a two-way open relationship. Is that the claim? Just like fucking own it. What is your claim?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't say that. I'm saying you might be in a one-way open relationship, but I'm saying it sounds more like a business thing.
Oh, so you think it's like giving your girlfriend money to be with me?
Well, I'm saying, okay, I wouldn't have thought. I gave you credibility. I said, okay, I'll take his word for that. But after speaking to Natty and the way she was like, just like, no, whatever the reason is, it's not because of me, because he'll see other girls. It's not because of me. He knows he can see other girls, so he's lying. The fact that she's so adamant that she can't admit that, oh yeah, he's getting more satisfied with me, makes me feel like it's almost like she's on contract that she can't say that.
Regurgitating random conversations on live streams, but you still haven't been able to make a claim. I'm trying to help you make a claim. Do you think that I'm
Oh my
secretly?
days.
Do you think I'm secretly paying and my girlfriend isn't really my girlfriend? Do you think I'm still secretly in a two-way open relationship? Like, just make a claim and then
No, I didn't. See, this is my point. I'm
so just
saying,
make one claim. Just make a definitive statement. What do you think about me? Instead of just stating random facts.
okay, I'll have random facts which all add up to dismiss all your claims. I'm saying that obviously, if you and her, like I said at the beginning, were like that, and now suddenly it's not like that, and it's one way on your end only, then obviously it sounds as though maybe there's some kind of agreement here. I don't know if it's to do with your.
So what's the agreement that you think we have?
I'm not saying for a fact, but I'm saying the way it seems.
Bro,
I would have given you credibility, but after speaking to Natty, it does sound like she's not allowed to say like, oh no, he's happy with me.
So just make a claim. So are you saying okay?
I'm trying. Listen, this is my point. You're saying I can't make a claim without evidence, so I'm trying to specify before I make a claim.
You're just stating random conversations that you've had.
Yeah, okay. And then if I come up with a thing, you're going to say, oh, how can you say that with no proof? So I'm trying to give you I'm trying to formulate my sentence the way you don't.
In reality, it's like you're nitpicking so hard just to try to find like one little thing that
No, I'm just trying to clarify.
And then you're not instead of the charitable answer is like, okay, well, it seems like, this girl really loves Alex. They're constantly in videos together. She always has her arms wrapped around him. Like, they spend massive amounts of time together. Probably they're in a real relationship. Maybe they started off as fuck buddies, right? When they were both doing their own thing, hooking up with other people. Then they went through the transition period, and now they're in whatever, kind of relationship that Alex does. Nope. It's got to be like this conspiracy theory that like it's a business transaction. I'm paying my girlfriend money, but you're not even willing to like fully own that claim. You're just like hinting at it.
Yeah, because I'm trying to clarify before I make the claim, because then you're going to say, how can I say that without any, back it up.
Bro,
so I'm trying to back it up first.
Worry more about making a claim.
Because if I do that, you're going to attack it. Don't you see? Because you're bad faith. Everything I say, you're going to try to utilize it against me.
If you're confident in your claim, then you shouldn't care if the other person attacks it. I'm confident in a lot of my claims. I'm confident in my claim that I think $100 is not a ripoff. So I have no problem making a definitive statement. But if you're not confident enough to make a definitive statement because you think the other person will be able to dismiss it.
Yeah, because I'm not 100%. I'm not 100%. I'm saying I don't know, but I'm saying the way.
If you don't know, then why
from
make
third perspective?
So if you don't know, if you don't have the facts, then why make the claim?
Because after speaking to Natty, I was feeling like, wait, he said this. Now she's saying something totally different.
You don't know. Again, you're calling me a woman, but you're going off your feelings. Like I gave Greg,
no. It's a difference between having an intellectual.
Stop. I gave Greg a little bit of shit when he made the Hormaxer claim, literally for the same exact reason we're talking about now. Is like, Greg, you might be right, but you don't have the facts, right? So Yeah, like so, like that's exactly what I'm saying to you. I felt like Greg shouldn't have made that claim without knowing the facts. Just like I feel like you shouldn't make a claim about my relationship, which is something you know close to nothing about, without having the facts. And you're admitting that you don't have the facts, but yet you're going
And
off
it's
your
fine
feet.
for you to come up here with your legal stuff, yeah?
I feel like it's a business relationship.
Can I question Alex after this?
Yeah, go ahead. I got to wrap up in like 2 minutes. I'm actually late for dinner.
Wait, Alex.
All
Alex.
good.
We can handle it another time, Alex. It's like
Wait.
it's
Okay. So I'm gonna make the claim, right? From after speaking to Natty, you can say a feeling like a woman, more like a logical, intellectual process that I was thinking about. Wait, this doesn't add up. That's not being like a woman, like you were being emotional, getting all worked up in the debate. That's a total different thing. So anyway, point is, yes, I do feel like it sounds as though maybe there is some kind of agreement here, like that. You know, she's saying yes, she's saying it's one way. Maybe it is, but there's some, like I said, some kind of agreement that you're in together.
What do you think is the agreement? Like,
yeah, Alex. Whenever you have the time, though, I would like to debate you on you sending those 2 people to prison for like 5 years.
Sure. I mean, I feel like that would be like a really quick debate, but yeah, like this dude, like just to quickly give.
I mean, you think that's justified sending someone to prison for 5 years, Alex?
Wait, what?
Okay, hang on. I'm not the judge. I'm not the prosecutor, and it was only the guy that went to jail. Yes, this guy assaulted me. Probably came close to killing me. He kicked me when I was down with the full force. I had to go to the hospital and get stitches. My eye was closed for days. This is also a person who, it wasn't just like this a one-time thing, was a track record of assault, of fraud. This is a bad human being who constantly hurts people. So I think me coming forward and giving the police the facts is totally what everyone should do. Because if I didn't do that, if I didn't come forward, this person would be on the street doing this to other people. So I think it's better for people to come forward and give the police information. I didn't say he should be sentenced for 4 years. I'm not the judge. I'm not the prosecutor.
And then the girl got sentenced to 2 years too. The girl got sentenced to 2 years.
She got 6 months, and that's again because she had a track record. If they were first timers, they wouldn't have gone that. But they both have a track record of criminal history. They're both like career criminals. Like this girl literally is luring guys, ripping them off, and having her boyfriend jump on them and beat them up. Like they're not good people. So I do think that, given the fact that she has a massive criminal record, that she does deserve 6 months in jail.
Okay, the story you told.
I'm with Alex here.
Wait. I understand that, Alex. The story you told, though, is like she came over. She's like, oh, like you have the money. You said, oh, no, I don't have the money. She got really mad. She went back to her car. But then after that, you like instigated it. You said, oh, I was running my text game on her. Like I was going to switch her emotions up. And then like, of course, she was angry. And then you tried it again. And then you walked outside and you got your ass beat. You were like playing with her. Like, you were kind of instigating it. Like it already didn't work out while you texted her.
Bro, I wasn't instigating. I was being overly cocky. I admitted that. This was like around 2015, right? This was like, I was like definitely a lot cockier back then, right? Like I wasn't, I just assumed. Again, this is me being silly. I'll fully acknowledge that, my game is still good.
You've been arrested.
What?
Sorry, just that background noise, Dennis is.
Oh yeah, what I'm making is that I was overly cocky, and it was a poor decision on my part to go outside. But I did not instigate her. We just had a conversation over text. I thought that my text game might be willing to persuade her, but the whole thing was an ambush. She planned an ambush to beat the shit out of me, have her boyfriend beat the shit out of me.
But she came in first. She came in first, right? And it didn't work out the first time, right?
Okay, so she came over. She said, "Oh, are you the sugar daddy guy?" I was like, "No, I'm not." She's like, "Oh, I've been replying to a lot of ads. So how much money are you going to give me?" So she did read my ad, which didn't talk anything about money. I told her nothing. I don't pay for sex. She got pissed off at that, right? But instead of ending it there, she decided to take things 3 levels further and set up an ambush for me, which could have killed me and led to me having like facial, like fucking.
Damn.
But you took it levels further as well.
You didn't have a gun, Alex?
No,
but
I did.
I don't know.
Okay, hang on. I didn't even take the levels further, bro. I was in the hospital. I was
pro working with the police. I'm not pro that, and I don't I wouldn't wish anyone go to jail.
Wait, do you think bad people should not have to go to jail?
I mean, you see what I'm saying though. Like you somewhat instigated it by texting her after.
You didn't instigate it, dude. You didn't know what was going to happen.
I see that as me trying to have a conversation. Like if these people didn't go to jail, they would be on the street doing the same thing over and over again. The police told me they have a track record of doing this. I'm not.
So did you have to go? Did you like get on the stand, Alex, and you're like,
no, it didn't go that far.
Okay,
dude, I didn't even go to the police on myself. I was literally sitting in the hospital, fucking bleeding out of my face, and a police officer walked up to me and said, "Hey, what happened to you?" And I just told him the truth instead of lying, because I'm not going to cover. I would cover for my friends, but I'm not going to cover for dipshits who fucking ambushed me. And then the police said, "Okay, can you show up to court and give your side of the story?" I showed up. It didn't even go that far. They made a plea bargain. I didn't have to testify. I didn't even have to say one word.
Wow.
Yes, I was willing to tell the truth about what happened to me, because I don't understand why I have to cover and protect people who are trying to like fuck me over. Like, why should I do anything? You're kind of talking about snitching, which is more of like if me and Greg are friends and then we have, we do a robbery together and then we get arrested. Right. There's an element of friendship when it comes to snitching. It's not snitching if it's someone who you're not friends with, you don't have any association with, who did harm to you. That's not snitching. That's telling the truth. You would have a point if these people were my friends, but they're not.
Hey, Alex, just before you go, I just had quickly 2 things as well.
Okay,
during the debate, when Ashley came on, and for the part that she was on my side, you literally were like, "Oh, this is 2v1," and like, complaining. But then at the end, it was like 9v1, and I wasn't complaining. So like, you know what I mean? How you just
Wait, when did I complain? Show me a clip of me complaining.
Oh my days! Yes, okay, fine. That clip I know because that was the recent debate. When Ashley was defending me, at one point you were like, "Man, this is turning into 2v1," and you complaining about it. But then
how did I complain? Like, show me a clip of me.
Well, because you literally said, "Oh, wow, this is a 2v1."
Is that complaining, or is that just?
Yes, obviously you're saying it in a negative connotation to say this isn't fair.
Okay, so is your argument that I made an offhand remark saying this is 2v1 and is that your argument?
Well, I'm saying that, like you were kind of saying like this isn't fair, but then when you went 9v1 on me, you didn't hear me complain, because I kept to the facts.
I didn't complain. I don't complain in my channel about anything. I wasn't complaining. I literally, if what you're saying is true, I just made one remark saying, "Oh, this is turning into V1." Right. And that same person, Ashley, it wasn't like I brought her on to attack you. All those people that came on spontaneously. You were the one that wanted to do the post show, not me. So I wasn't trying to get like a whole bunch of people to attack you. She came on, and one of the things, she was agreeing with you, and then later she was agreeing with me. So it wasn't like these were like my goons. This was literally someone who agreed with you about something and disagreed with you about another thing. And the fact that one offhand remark saying this turned into V1 is like, I don't understand how that's relevant in any way, but okay.
Because I'm saying that it was showing how you were being more emotional than me. When it was 9v1, I didn't complain. I didn't say, "Oh, this isn't fair, 9v1." But when it was 2v1, you were like, "Oh man, this is 2v1."
First of all, it wasn't a 9v1. There's a whole bunch of people who were agreeing with you. They were just disagreeing with you near the end about something else. So these weren't people who were like my hired goons. These were people who had their own independent thoughts, and they agree with you for some of the things and disagree with others. So yeah, like people are allowed to. I'm not gonna. What do you want me to do? Like kick the people off when they start?
No. My point is that I didn't complain at all. Is my point. I didn't mention it at all.
You just made one statement saying it's a 2v1. But if you want to interpret that as complaining, then sure.
So why would you? Were you saying it in a negative way?
I'm gonna say
why would you even say it then? Right?
All right. So Alex, in my opinion, I see where you're coming from, but like I don't think you should work with the police under any circumstance. I would have handled that myself. You know what I'm saying? Like we would have, like that's how we do it in Chicago.
Dennis, man, you just we're dealing with dangerous people.
We handle that shit ourselves.
This is the one thing me and Gantstar are doing on, bro. These people are criminals who probably have weapons. Dealing with myself could either end in me being killed or me going to jail. Because if I attack them, right, and then they
would you say you're an alpha male, Alex?
Oh my goodness.
Not alpha. I'm not Batman. I'm not alpha enough to run around the streets and try to fight with criminals.
Wouldn't you say like working with the police is a beta like thing to
no,
do?
It's not. Not when it's justified. I think people should report crimes and stand up to the police.
So you're like too weak to handle stuff yourself, so you have to go.
Dennis, what would you do if you were dealing with proper gangsters?
Dennis, what the fuck, bro?
I'm not interested in spending 5 to 10 years.
He's not a gang member. What do you mean you would have handled it?
Being shot. I'm not in the street life. I'm literally like a fucking.
Okay, but like you think like, I just think you try to run your text game and like that's like instigating it. You know what I'm saying, Alex? You were like try. Oh, like
okay.
I
Even if assuming we take what you say as a fact, if I'm being charitable, and assuming that I did instigate, this still doesn't justify in these people ambushing me and almost killing me. I don't think someone being instigating something over text should be rewarded with or punished with a fucking brutal beatdown. So
No, that's a federal crime. That's a felony.
These are
first degree felony.
They're not good people. I could have been killed.
Why were you dealing with them if they weren't
Because
good
he didn't
people?
know.
Because
you play with fire.
You got set up.
I didn't know. It was a setup, bro. And this is shit that happens to a lot of guys. Now, again,
yeah, I know it's happened to me.
But these people should be put away. They should go to jail. Like, we don't want them on the street, because if they're on the street, they're doing it to other guys. Like, these are bad people who belong in jail. Like,
yeah, then what would you do if the next time you do it, they kill someone? And if Alex didn't report,
okay, Alex, but they asked for money. You said no, I'm not giving you money. And then she left, and then you tried to on your text game. You knew they needed money for gas. It's like holding food over a starving animal, and you're like trying to instigate.
This prostitute? Like, do you think I should have given her money for sex?
I mean, like, I don't know what you first set up. You found her on Craigslist, so I'm
telling you what I set up. I had a Craigslist ad that was purely about sex. There's nothing about money in there. It was like, hey, if you want like 50 screaming orgasms, reply to my ad. I'll fuck the shit out of you. It was purely sexual. There's no mention of money, right? And the vast majority of girls who responded to that did that. She didn't read the ad. She was just not responding to a whole bunch of ads. She misinterpreted what my ad was about, which is fine. But then she took things 10 levels too far when she set up an ambush on me.
Yeah, look,
you saw what her face looked like.
I don't understand how this is even a debate. Then
I know exactly. Look, come on,
you think 5 years? You think
bro? You could have killed Alex. There would be no playing with fire.
Dude, I had to go to the hospital.
So you think you think half a decade is like a fair punishment for a little like beat down? Half a decade.
A little beat down.
Because it could have been manslaughter.
I had nothing to do with
it. It's a first-degree felony, my guy.
You think that's justified or unjustified?
I do think that guy, given the fact that he's a professional criminal who has a track record of doing this over and over again, who's had many issues with the police, and he doesn't seem to care. Yes, I do think, given that,
like, you've never got in a fight with someone at the bar and beat them up.
There's a difference between a street fight and like a.
I think he's drunk. I think he's drunk. Just leave.
I've never set up an ambush with someone. I've never assaulted people. I've never done that. There's a difference between two people getting into a fight at the bar and each other and setting up an ambush for someone.
Okay, but do you think 5 years is justified for that?
For this guy, yes, I am happy that he got 5 years. I wish he got longer. This guy's a piece of shit who has a track record of attacking people, hurting people, and might potentially kill someone. So I do think it's a good thing that he's in jail. But
have you been arrested before, Alex? Like, you know what it's like to like sit in a cell like caged up like an animal?
Don't set up for people who commit crimes. I personally know that I would not be good in jail. That's why I don't commit crimes. That's why I follow the law. That's why I don't assault people. So if you can't handle the time, then don't do the crime, honestly.
Yeah, hey, Alex, right? Another thing before you go that I really didn't like is how Ashley, right?
Okay, we can agree to disagree, Alex. I'm just like not pro.
Is Ashley getting brought up again?
I feel like this is like the least controversial point ever. I was assaulted by fucking criminals. When the police came to me, I told them the truth.
You played a part in it, Alex. Don't act like you didn't. You weren't just walking and got assaulted. You played a part in it. You have to take responsibility for
responsibility for me being stupid. I will take responsibility for that. But no, I did not in any way encourage the crime. I never did any harm to these people. I never did anything bad. So I never encouraged the crime.
It's TV, probably.
They needed money. And you're like, it's like a hungry dog.
I realized it was that loud.
Okay, so if a criminal needs money, they're justified to assault people, beat the shit out of people, like steal, right? Like, it's okay if you need money.
Okay, she made her offer. You said no to the offer, and she left. And then you wanted to harass her and like hit her up more when you already knew what the deal was. You already knew what the deal was, and you wanted to hit her up.
You weren't there. You haven't seen the text. I wasn't harassing her. She
made the deal. She said, "I want money."
Let me finish this point. After she left, you know what she did? She texted me saying, "If you don't give me money, I'm gonna go to the police and tell them you raped me." So she was trying to blackmail me with a false rape allegation. Fortunately for me, she was really dumb, and she said that over text. And then I said, well, you're not going to have any success because you just texted me that. She was like, oh shit. So this is not me like trying to hit her up. She hit me up, threatened me with a false rape allegation. Like, again, these people are pieces of shit. Like, they're fucking scumbags who I'm not going to stand up for like a piece of shit. Like, if me and my friend get in trouble, yeah, I won't say anything to the police. I'll stand up for my friend. I'm not going to stand up for some piece of shit professional criminal scumbag who literally spends their whole life tricking people, assaulting people, and stealing from people. The police told me that when they found them, there was like 10 to 20 cell phones.
Oh wait, never mind. That might be Lando then.
They had stolen 10 to 20 cell phones. So these are people who are constantly ripping people off, constantly. So yeah, they do deserve to be punished for that.
I'm just not pro sending people to jail. I think that's really fucked up.
Okay, Dennis,
and I'm not pro working with the police. That's
okay, Dennis,
let's disagree to disagree.
God forbid this ever happens to you. You're more than welcome not to go to the police.
Bro, I've had situations happen. Like a bitch from Tinder is like, "Oh, come over to my house." It's some like sketchy like hood. And then I go in and then like fucking get mugged, like 2 dudes, baseball bats. But like, you know, like I was in the wrong. So like I didn't say shit. Like,
well, okay, you're more than entitled not to go to the police. And I guess I just believe
you don't think like you believe in karma, right? You don't think karma would have like handled that situation?
No, I don't think karma would have punished professional criminals. I think people need to stand up for what's right. That's the only way that these people get off the streets.
So
if no one is willing to stand up for what's right, and people are just saying, "Oh, let's karma handle it,"
you're pro sending people to prison. That's your stance.
For people who commit crimes, absolutely. I think bad people should go to prison.
Okay.
So say I get a like, all right, we don't have to debate this.
Yes, if you set up an ambush for me and you assault me and you kick me while I'm down and I have to get stitches and go to the hospital,
just think half a decade is a little excessive.
Go to jail.
Like maybe a year, but half a decade.
What do you mean a year?
I'm not the judge. I'm not the prosecutor. I had no role in their sentencing.
Dennis, do you know anything about the law at all?
Do you realize I wasn't the one that sent them?
What do you know about the law?
Bullshit, bro.
All I did.
I know it's some
answer questions that the police asked me. But again, like if you believe criminals should be on the street,
they got no music.
Yeah, like I don't know, man, what to tell you about.
Yeah, Alex. Even though we have our disagreements, I'll agree with you.
Okay, let's agree to disagree, Alex. Happy New Year's. Like you should go. Are you gonna go out tonight? It's probably.
Yeah. I actually got to bounce like literally right now.
Okay, Alex, just quickly, just about Ashley before you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so did you appreciate her apology?
Yeah, I did, of course.
Okay, so did you not tell her, oh, you don't need to apologize? Okay.
So I told Ashley how I felt. I didn't tell her she needs to apologize or something like that. I just literally, I never demand apologies from people. I just told her, hey, I felt a little, I didn't like the fact that you were saying I'm a liar because, I think you know me well enough. And then when she rewatched the stream, she came to that conclusion. She says that she didn't mean to call me a liar. So, and she told me she was drinking that night. So yeah, I just literally told her how I felt. I didn't tell her to apologize to me. I just sent her one voice memo expressing how I feel.
Yes, but I'm saying you appreciated the additional apology to say, okay, yeah, that sounds a bit better now that she says, I'm sorry. If she just said, oh yeah, maybe I shouldn't have said that, it would have been a different effect, right?
I appreciate people who are willing to admit they're wrong and apologize, sure.
But you won't do that yourself.
If I am wrong, if I truly feel like I did something bad to a person I care about, then I will absolutely apologize. I'm gonna fucking apologize to my family because I'm gonna be like hour and a half late.
Wait.
When I feel like I genuinely did something wrong, I will apologize, but I'm not gonna apologize because I'm wrong.
Okay, what's the difference between Ashley, what she did to you, and what you did for Lux Farrell?
Because me and Ashley are friends, and me and Lux Farrell are now friends.
Okay, so you're saying if you called your friend a liar, you would apologize?
If Lux Farrell was a good buddy of mine and that happened, yeah, I probably would have apologized.
Okay. Okay, that sounds a bit more plausible, but I don't know. I just still think if you're the humble guy that you would just say it to random people too, if you admitted that you're like incorrect about what you claimed before.
Okay, I mean, dude, if you ever have an issue with Lux Farrell, you're more than welcome to apologize to him however much you want. I'm not going to apologize for being incorrect. I admitted that I was wrong publicly and privately multiple times, and I feel like that's sufficient. But anyway.
But what do you think about the fact that Ashley retracted all her claims? Don't you feel like she's only doing that because she was afraid of losing you as a friend?
No, I think she legitimately felt that way. Ashley is not the kind of person who who's like afraid to pick fights. She has picked fights with countless people. So I legitimately feel like she wants to put it back and she felt like she was wrong, right? Which is fine. She's entitled to change her opinion, and that's what I respect about her, is the fact that she was willing to admit, that
That's
she was
what
wrong.
I thought I respected that too, but obviously, clearly not. She was influenced by your
It just seems like you always assume the least charitable motive to everything. It can't be the fact that Ashley just legitimately watched the clip back and she thought that she went a little too far. It has to be the fact that there's like, I'm manipulating her. There's some kind of like weird power imbalance. And there has to be
happy New Year's, guys. I'll see you guys next year.
Yes, because it's very credible.
Dennis, don't get too drunk now.
It's very credible to assume that because her claims on the debate are still present. She says, for a guy who doesn't have a portfolio, doesn't have his own camera, who's a novice, her points are still valid. So what did you say to make her say, "Oh, I was totally wrong"? All that, the experience I had,
there's going to be a super chat.
That's all gone now because Alex said I was wrong.
I'm going to answer this, and then I got to wrap up because it's ultra late. All I said was, I sent her a voice and I said, "Hey, Ashley, I'm going to be honest. I felt a little hurt by the fact that you said I was a liar. I think you know me well enough to know I'm not a liar, and I felt a little hurt by that." That's basically what I said to her.
Okay, what if Lux Farrell said, "I felt a little hurt that you tried to ruin my reputation like that"?
I would say sorry, bro. Didn't mean to.
Oh, so you would say sorry?
If he was like legitimately upset by this and he sent me a voice memo and he was like, "Yo, man, like I felt like really betrayed by you," I was like, "Hey, listen, man, I didn't know you at the time. We don't have any kind of relationship, but if you feel that way, I'm sorry you feel that way." Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you say, "I'm sorry you feel that way," because he did tell you on the debate. He said, "Yeah, man, I kind of felt like you probably should have apologized," and you were like, "No, I said I was wrong. That's enough." And he was like, "Yeah, okay." Like you just manipulated him, like to just take your word, like but
like
shout out to Minecraft for the super chat.
Looks for real. I'm manipulating like black pillars, everyone. I'm just
manipulating.
He's easily manipulated, but that's not the point, bro.
Yeah, Greg is also manipulated. Everyone's manipulated. I'm just like,
yeah, okay. Well, how come everyone except Greg, your girlfriend, and your best friend are the only ones who think that you won that debate or drew at best?
I said
how come every other person who has third-party perspective, who doesn't know or like me, are still saying, "Yeah, Alex, you lost"? So you're saying Greg's not biased?
Of course he's biased. Well, he's biased in some ways. He's a friend of mine. Friends are always going to be towards each other. Yeah, like of course there's that unconscious bias. But Greg is his own man. He's allowed to form his own opinion. There's parts of the thing that I was watching this earlier. He said he didn't like that I did this or that. But I didn't tell Greg to say that. He came to his own opinion because he's his own person. So the fact that like you think that there's gotta be like some kind of conspiracy and that Greg is like worried about like losing like my relationship is just plainly false. I think Greg knows that if he disagrees with me, that's still not going to cost him our relationship. I don't think so because like just like Ashley, she was very, like you said, on the fence. I spoke to her just before you came on, and then yeah, she seems a bit like indecisive. Ashley's her own woman. She can come to. Ashley doesn't have to like come to the same conclusions I do. She's her own woman, and we disagree sometimes. I met Ashley. Yeah, she's her own woman, and she has her own opinion. So what?
And that's what I liked about her before, but in this case, it's like you
liked it because her opinion was negative about me. But as soon as her opinion was something that's positive about me, suddenly you don't respect her anymore.
No, that's not true. Because she called me.
It's okay for her to be her own woman, only when it's going against me. But if it ever supports me, then it's not okay.
No, I've spoken to Ashley before, and I respected the way she was outspoken. She called me a 3 out of 10. I respected it.
You lost respect for her because she sided with me.
No, I lost respect because she was so outspoken. She gave me 3 out of 10. I said, okay, I respect it. You're open, honest. But then she totally changed that whole character of herself to side with you. And I'm saying I lost respect because I said the Ashley I knew would never do that. If she felt like she was in the right, she wouldn't backtrack on a word because I don't want to lose Alex.
She was drinking that night, and she didn't mean to imply that I'm a liar. Like, I legitimately believe her when she said that. She watched the clip back, and she realized how it comes off, how I interpreted it, other people's interpreted, which is her saying that I'm a liar. And she didn't mean to say that. She just had a difference of opinion when it came to, like, I guess, like 3 photo shoots, which is fine. But there's a difference between having a difference of opinion and calling someone a liar and attacking their credibility, right? So that's why she apologized. And again, that's what I respect.
No, but it's not just on that. She also backtracked saying that, oh, no, now 100 is a good deal. Even though her counter argument how it wasn't.
She did at the time. She didn't have the information. The fact that my buddy has experience. The fact that how much other she didn't have all the information that she did. Just like I didn't have all the information when I heard something else. Sometimes people need to mind and give it more information. Anyway, I dude, this is a circular argument. I got dip.
It's not a circle.
Yeah,
you
thanks
just
for
listen,
coming
man.
back.
Just,
It was, like,
just
pretty
you can
important.
leave it, yeah. But my point is that she counteracted because she didn't want to lose you as a friend. All her points are still valid. He doesn't have a
How do you know
portfolio.
that? Can you read her mind?
She told, like, I read her comment and I spoke to her before you came on.
So Ashley said that she changed her stance solely because I'm her friend, right? That's
No,
what
but she said that
She
she
didn't say
was
it
a bit
entirely like
biased.
that,
She
Gantstar.
admitted
You're
she was a
kind of
bit biased in
flipping it.
changing her opinion. Yes.
Everyone, dude, of course, friends are going to be slightly biased towards each other. But if Ashley legitimately didn't feel that way, trust me, she would not have apologized. I know pretty well to know that she's quite stubborn and she doesn't like fucking, backtrack
Yes.
on things that she's
But
passionate
her
about.
bias clouded her judgment, and that she admitted, "Oh, my bias made me change my stance. I probably wouldn't have changed my stance unless it was because of my bias."
She never said that. You're just putting words in her mouth. But again, like
Oh
this
my
is
days! How'd you
is
know?
like-
How'd you know?
because I was watching the stream. She never said that.
Oh really? What did she say then?
She didn't say that, bro.
Well, what did she say then?
Something along the lines of course, Alex is my friend, and I feel like I'm kind of like stuck between two places. But I legitimately did not mean to call him a liar. I realized that as I was watching it back, they came off as I was a liar, and this legitimately wasn't what I wasn't trying to do. So something along the lines of that.
Okay. Well, no. What she said was that she felt that her bias was kind of influencing her decision to change her stance on the argument.
Okay, if you say so, bro.
All right.
Anyways.
Anyway, Happy New Year's, Greg. Happy New Year's.
You as
man.
well. Thank you, Alex.
To a smaller extent, Happy New Year's as well, Gantstar. Maybe 2023 will be a good year for you. Maybe you'll get electricity and a cell phone. Yeah, wish you the best.
Yeah, maybe they get a more
Happy New Year's.